beautiful bearded people out there. So I'm going to be making some beard balm today, so let's get started. Okay, so first thing what we're going to do is you're going to need some beeswax. Now you can either order it online or you can go to your local bee guy and get you some honey, and they usually sell them in these 2-ounce bars. Now we have our local bee guy, and he also sells honey at our this little auction house thing that they have, but he doesn't sell these, so I actually have to go to the farmer's market and get these. So you know, I'm all about trying to support my local farmers, so please make sure you do support those local farmers out there because they do work hard all year. So now let's get back to this. So what I did was I just got this at the Dollar Tree, so that way for $1, you know, I could shave my beeswax. And so we needed to get this done first. Now what I've done over here is I have a double broiler. Now if you don't have a double broiler, you can just get a pot like this and put a glass bowl on top. Works just as great. But I got that at Goodwill. I'm a great Goodwill shopper. I love it. And I only paid a couple dollars for it. So I'm just going to pour this in here. I'm going to turn my heat down to about a 2 or 3 on a low heat. So that way this stuff can get, let me turn on my light here. So this stuff can melt. Now I've melted 2 tablespoons in here. So I'm just going to let this melt down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get out some shea butter. Now I ordered this off Amazon, and it, I believe, was a whole pound. Yeah, 16 ounces, a whole pound. And I got it for like $10. Now the only place around me is Hobby Lobby, and they sell like a teeny tiny like 8-ounce jar for more than what I paid for this. So I was really excited to find this on Amazon. I just kept flipping through, and I found somebody that makes this, so I got it. So we also need 2 tablespoons of shea butter. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pop it in on the stove because my beeswax is almost melted and I don't want to leave the shea butter in there too long. So we got 1, and we'll get 1 more. All right. Okay, so we got that all done. Throw that out there to the side. It's almost melted. Now, depending on what jar you want to use, I just got these little 4-ounce jelly jars. Now, you can go to Hobby Lobby, and I would wait till they have a great sale because a lot of times they have their glassware 50% off, because I usually get some jars that are just like this, but they have the screw on, so that way you're not dealing with the lid, you're not dealing with the ring, you're just getting one whole lid. And those are $1 if you can catch them half off. So it really depends on how much money you want to save yourself and a profit that you can make off of these. Now, I normally sell I usually get a 3-ounce jar. So this is 1 ounce more, so I might charge a little bit more. But I charge anywhere from $10 to $15 for my beard balm. So depending on what you spend to get all the supplies, I would see how much you could make out of that, or you know, do a little math so that way you can figure out how much you can how much money you can profit off of it, unless you're just making them for gifts, and it's a little bit different. Okay, let me over here. Okay, so our wax is almost melted. We're just gonna get it out a little bit more. So let me go over the oils while that is going. Now, you can use a grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil is just a little expensive, but it's great for your skin. So another carrier oil that you could use is coconut oil, or what I'm going to be using today is avocado oil. Now, I went to Meijer. They had them buy one, get one free a while back, so it benefited me more to buy these. I bought that one, and then I bought the almond oil. Now, if you're wanting to save a little bit more cash, I recently found out if you get vitamin E, you can actually go to the Dollar Tree and you can get vitamin E. It's much cheaper than going to the stores and buying this, unless you can find it in bulk. Then you have to figure out what kind of scent you're going to do. So what I'm going to be doing is mahogany, and it's called driftwood, but the company is Mahogany. Now this is actually a what's it called? I can't think. This is for your warming oils, like what you can use in your candles, those candle warmer things that you can buy. I buy some of these. Now I don't use very much of it because sometimes it can irritate your skin. But some of my lovely bearded friends love this smell, and it's the driftwood. I just bought this at Walmart for $2, and they love it because the oils that we have kind of counterbalance this, but I'm not using a whole lot. I'm going to use 4 or 5 drops of this, and that's all that I'm going to put in there, and it makes a nice scent. You don't want to add too much. Now if you have essential oils, you could do frankincense. That's a good one to use, and I really wouldn't do lemon. Orange would be great if you had the essential oils. Now if you have a website called Wish, that's where I ordered mine off. I got some, and I will show you here in just a few minutes, but let me check my oil. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. All of our oil is melted. So to this, now since I don't have the grapeseed oil, I'm going to use avocado oil. So we're going to need 4 teaspoons of this. 1, and avocado oil is very it's a plant-based, so it's got great nutrients in it, and it'll make your beard nice and soft. Next, we're going to do almond oil. I want to use up the rest that I have of this one here first. And I bought a new one. And we're going to be using 2 tablespoons of that. Next, we're going to be doing vitamin E. All these are going to be the tablespoons. Now, if you're wanting to do a smaller jar, or if you have those little round tins, you want to change to teaspoons. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube, they have those little round tins are like this big and maybe just like a ½ an inch big, just because, you know, they want to get the most bang for their buck. But I go in tablespoons because I want to do a nice size jar for them, because if they like it, then, you know, they're going to keep coming back and they're going to keep paying that nice price with it, and it's more for them. They're getting more for, you know, their buck. So it's whether you want to make more or you want them to have a little bit more. Okay, now before we add this is the last thing that we add, which is the fragrance. Now see, my thing has started to kind of corrode in there because it's drying, so I got to put it back onto the stove. Now if you want a little bit more extra moisturizer, what you want to do is you want to add some tea tree oil. Now some people don't like the smell of tea tree oil. I really don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it because I feel that it overpowers your scent that you're going to put in there. Even when you put in the essential oils, you know, tea tree oil is an essential oil, but it's so overpowering. So if you are going to use tea tree oil, I would just use like 1 or 2 drops, and then 1 or 2 drops of another essential oil if you want to kind of keep that scent down. You know, like me, I have allergies, and so I can't handle a whole lot of scent. So, you know, when my husband puts this on, sometimes it can be very powerful. But I made this, and he absolutely loves it. Now, to go into a store, and I think you might get a 2 or 3 ounce, you would pay $30, $40. Even online, you know, I've done some of the research on there. I've looked on Etsy and all that. They're so expensive. I mean, not for when I can go. I mean, I could spend $30 with buying the, you know, the 1 container, and I've already made batches upon batches of this. I've made it for our bearded friends, and I made it for my husband, and they just all love it. And I have saved so much money by making it myself instead of just going to the store and buying it. So I really hope that you guys can find this, and if you can find, you know, like like the shea butter that I got in bulk by buying it by the pound. Sometimes they might sell it in 5-pound bags. It just kind of depends on the carrier. But my husband has really enjoyed this, and so that's why I figured I would share it with all of you guys on how I made it. So let me get back to checking on the stove here. Everything's almost melted, so we're good there. I don't know where my essential oil pack is. I'm not really sure what I did with my essential oil pack. It's somewhere around here. All right, we should almost be done. We got a little bit more to go. So it's looking pretty good. It's almost all the way melted. We got one little sliver in there that we gotta melt. And this might not even fill up because I'm used to doing like a 2 or 3 ounce jar, so I might have to make a double batch of this. But this is just mainly for a 3 ounce. Here. Let me scroll in a little bit. Okay. Alright, we are all melted. I'm going to turn the stove off. And I'm only going to add 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, then I'm just going to take my little measuring cup and I'm going to give this a little stir, and we want to get it into our jar before it starts melting. Oh, it did perfect. Awesome. So this does a 4 ounce jar. I ran out of all my other jars, so I kind of got this one out. So this is a 4 ounce jar. This takes care of a 4 ounce. So everything that I've done in tablespoons. So definitely check out or try to do this recipe because it's just so great. And I've had so many people love this smell. So I will put all the ingredients that I have done below in the comment section or in my description box. And you know, if you have any questions, you know, what kind of oils do you use? What kind of scents do you like? That's always a great thing to put on there because, you know, it's not just me, it's also other people that are watching this video. And so they might like the scent that you pick out also. So I hope that you guys have all enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And I hope that you all have a blessed day.